Latin 2, here we are again, review 10, exercise 10C, page 192, and it's a very short one, blissfully, and it's Caesar visiting Britain. So for those of you that don't know, this is from book 4 of Julius Caesar's Gallic Wars. This is an adapted version because you're still in level 2, but it gives you kind of the gist of what happened, and essentially if you picture D-Day in reverse, that's basically what happened. So, watch for the tenses, watch for the use of participles. Very often there's participles used in different cases, so I'm going to try to remain faithful to those. Get out your red pen and correct yours as you go. Gaius Julius Caesar, the famous general of the Romans, fighting in Gaul, knew many things about Brittania, or learned many things about Brittania. For merchants, having crossed from Brittania, out of Brittania toward Gaul, were buying many things and were selling many things. And the Brittani were always sending help to the Gauls resisting Caesar. Now, resistentibus is modifying Galliis, or Gallis. And the verb resisto, resistere takes a dative itself. So that's a dative of resistentibus is modifying Gallis, which is a dative of indirect object, because they were sending help to them, but then they were offering resistance to Caesar. You could say is a special verb dative, or you could say this is a double dative. So here's a fun one. It can be a dative of indirect object and a dative of purpose. So for the sake of resisting Caesar. Okay, they were giving it to them for the sake of that. And that's what's called a double dative. It's when two people take indirect objects out together and they all sit in the same booth. Therefore, Caesar, with the Gauls having been conquered and with the ships having been prepared, decided to cross over into Brittania. Let's see. However, the soldiers about to head out, or intending to head out, with a large storm having arisen, let's see, they scarcely were able to board the ships. After a few days, when when the ships had been destroyed almost by the storm, so deletai essent is subjunctive there. When they had almost been destroyed by the storm, the Romans, approaching to Brittania, spotted inhabitants spotted inhabitants deployed on all of the hills. So when they landed on the beaches, there's hills just beyond the beaches, and they noticed that they were just waiting there for the Romans. Let's see. The Romans the Brittani, they tried to drive back the Romans coming out. So the Romans egredientes is they're coming out of the boat, right? So they tried to drive back the Romans getting out, having hurled their javelins. And that's referring to the Brittani. The Brittani had tela, which are essentially lawn darts. Feel free to go look up what a lawn dart is. It's kind of funny to think of those things as being deadly, but there's a reason they're not toys anymore. But although they wounded many of the Romans, and notice it's not many Romans, it's many of the Romans, because that's Romanorum, at last they were conquered, they being the Brittani. So that's a real short capsulization of roughly 20 chapters, 15 chapters of Caesar in book 4. And there's a really cool story. We'll get to it when you get to AP. It's a lot of fun about the Aquilifer, the standard bearer. It's really cool. But for right now, we got this done in less than 5 minutes, and I'm kind of proud of that. So get out the red pen, check this out, make sure it works. The next time I record a video, it will be review 10F, Arachne and Minerva. All right, I'm going to hit the button now.